All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the joint practice between the Jets and the Giants just wrapped up. There is a ton of stuff to dive into here. Some positives, some negatives from both the offense and the defense. Let's not waste time. Let's dive into it. First things first, this was actually broke by, I believe it was Eric Allen on the Jets kind of pre-practice stream that they're always doing. Link will be listed down below in the description box. He actually said that there's two joint practices between the Jets and the Giants. That was not initially reported or talked about, to have a joint practice over there. So that's really, really exciting stuff. Personally, I'm a big fan of joint practices, the sessions, kind of what they bring out from both teams. You just kind of feel like everyone's playing with a little bit more energy, a little bit more fire, a little bit more passion. So really encouraging news there. Now, as far as some of the injury updates are concerned, some more positive stuff. Mason Taylor, he was back. He was a full good to go. Awesome stuff. Quinnen Williams also back. He was dealing with the calf injury. Seems all good on that front. On to the practice, though. Let's talk about the offense first. So to start off, Justin Fields was on fire, completing a bunch of passes all over the place, 7-on-7s, 11-on-11 team drills, going up against that Giants first team defense. He was looking sharp, according to reporters. And this is kind of what we were talking about when it comes to letting the starters go out there and play a little bit in that first preseason game. He created, I mean, think about where the headspace or what maybe the narrative was entering that game. He's supposedly had these shaky days in practice. The passing game isn't all that good. But once you kind of see like the running game and the passing game connected as one, and it's like moving as an offense, it just looks a lot better. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing on Sundays, right? It's this marriage between run and pass attack, not these two disconnected aspects, right? Because the pass game, once we hit Sundays, the pass game is going to be working off of the running game. The running game is going to be setting up the passing game. But of course, when you're looking at the run game, that has a spotlight on it, and then you're focusing in on the passing attack, that has a spotlight on it. It could feel disconnected, disjointed for sure. But then, of course, we get to the preseason game, and we're seeing the passing attack and the running game in lockstep together. 10 plays, 79 yards with a touchdown. First drive of the game. And then you have all this positivity coming out from the reporters right after that day. So, again, I felt like it was very important for him just to get a little preseason action to potentially stack a positive day. That's exactly what he did. But then, of course, the question turns to, okay, how do you follow it up? So it's really, really good to hear that Fields was looking sharp early on, and again, both 7-on-7s and team drills. Another aspect of the offense that supposedly looked really, really impressive was the offensive line, being able to fend off guys, fend off pass rushers. I would say that the Giants' defensive line is one of the most talented in all of football. Brian Burns, newcomer Abdul Carter, the list goes on. Kayvon Thibodeau, like I could spend a lot of time talking about the Giants defensive line here. Very, very talented bunch. Like if I'm a Giant fan, like you can hang your hat on that unit with being able to stop the run, rushing the passer, affecting the quarterback. Even if you're not being able to get home, being able to knock the quarterback off of his game, getting him outside of the pocket, disrupting the timing, disrupting the rhythm. All that stuff is super important. I feel like the Giants are going to be doing that at a high level this season. So again, early on in team drills, the Jets offensive line was, according to reporters, dominant. But then things started to change a little bit, right? The offense on the Jets side went a little cold. The offensive line gave up a couple sacks. It felt like the tone from reporters, both on the Jets side and the Giants side, it was the Jets were easily winning the day, dominating. But as the practice was going on, the Giants defense started to make a couple plays. They started to wake up. Supposedly Abdul Carter was unblockable. Like this guy has been absolutely insane all of training camp. Which is a very, very good sign for Giants fans, obviously. He was out there looking fantastic. But yeah, it kind of felt like the Jets, again, they started strong, then they hit a lull. But the positive news here to kind of wrap things up, Justin Fields did end off, the Jets offense did end off on a positive note, scoring a touchdown in the red zone period. So on that side of the football, it kind of felt like, this is what a lot of people expected. The Jets were going to make a couple plays. The Giants were going to make a couple plays. It's going to be not necessarily right down the middle, 50-50, but you just kind of feel like, okay, you know what? Both of these teams are in a similar spot. And typically when you see a lot of units like that, chances are it's going to be a back and forth forth type of practice. It's not going to be this one-sided showing. Now, it sounds like the only starting Jet with the question mark around today's performance was Joe Tippmann. Supposedly he struggled in pass pro, and then also he had a bad snap. Unfortunately, the bad snaps, I feel like we get them quite often with Tippmann, or not often as like an everyday thing, but this is, we were talking about it last season. There's obviously this starting center battle going on, according to Aaron Glenn. So we'll see how it goes. Josh Myers obviously got the starting nod in the preseason game against Green Bay. But, of course, John Simpson's out. So you kind of felt like, okay, Tippmann, he has the ability to play guard. If you want to roll your best 5 out there, plug Tippmann in at guard. If, you have an injury there, and then you can just roll Josh Myers out at center. So it seemed like that was what the plan was on Saturday night. But yeah, it sounded like Tippmann didn't really have the best day. Now, in regards to the Jets' first-team defense going up against Russell Wilson and that Giants' first-team offense, it sounded like it was the opposite of how the Jets' first-team offense looked, right? According to Giants reporters here. By the way, I don't know why none of the, or at least I couldn't find any Jet beat reporters talking about the Jets' first-team defense. It felt like the word from Giants reporters was, hey, the Giants' offense struggled massively early on. Multiple incompletions, multiple sacks. Cisco was in there making plays. Michael Clemens got in for a sack. Russell Wilson was struggling early. The first 2 drives of Jaxson Dart weren't great, but as the practice went on, it felt like the Giants started to catch wind a little bit, started making some plays, and they ended really, really strong. According to Pat Leonard, who covers the Giants, Dart's 3rd and 4th drives were a lot better than the first 2. And then Russell Wilson ended the practice with 2 touchdowns against the first-team Jets defense. Yeah, a mix of a little bit of everything, right? Some positive stuff, some negative stuff, some good from Fields, some good from Russ, some not so good moments, some sacks. That's pretty much, what you could expect. I feel like it's really rare to have a joint practice session where the opposing offense is just slapping the defense around. The first team defense is just mauling the first team offense. And it's this, weird talent gap. I just feel like a lot of teams that, want to participate in joint practices together, they're on the same, level as far as overall talent goes. Not of course 1-to-1, but yeah, again, really, really excited that we have another joint practice tomorrow. I'm pumped for it. It should be exciting. And of course, the game on Saturday. Man, another preseason opportunity here. Think about all those reps, young players, Smith, Pritchett, Peyton Page, right? Who's going, Donovan Edwards. Think about these guys that, could have multiple opportunities to turn heads, make plays, make a case for them making the team or the practice squad. So, yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, go Jets.